Yes, guys, hope all is good. International break is obviously here. I hope you're enjoying the fact there's no football because at least you still got us uploading to your ShootOut subscription feed. Today we're going to do something quite exciting. Usually you do Premier League predictions at the start of the season. Eunice and I have both done that on our individual channels, but we're going to do an updated version. You could argue that you get a better chance of getting these ones right because it's a bit further into the season. We know what we're going to get. We know what the flavours of the year are. So what I've done is I've got a little spreadsheet here that's given me 20th to 1st, and I've wrote them all down. I know what I think is going to happen. I'm convinced I've got this one right. Eunice is going to react to my predictions and then give me his. So you'll see on one side of the screen what I think is going to happen, and on the other side, what Eunice thinks is going to happen. So let's begin from the very bottom, shall we?
Let's.
I believe that the bottom club this year will be Wolves.
I don't think anyone said that at the beginning. Right? Everyone was like, Burnley.
And
You know?
Burnley will go 19th, and West Ham will go. I think it's going to be. I think Wolves, Burnley, and West Ham are going to go down.
Nah, surely not West Ham.
You don't think West Ham?
Surely not. No, if that happens, we're going to get riots in East London.
Well, so be it. I'm not there.
We're not there, it's true. But no, Wolves at the moment just look like a team, reminiscent of, let's say, Derby, Sheffield
That
United.
bad. That's peak.
I mean,
innit?
they do. They've not won a game yet.
Yeah, you're right.
They-
Yeah.
if you look in
At the
terms
time of recording.
at the time of recording, if you look in terms of like ratio, right? After 6 games, they've got a point. Then what are they going to end up on 38 games? Like 9 points?
Oh, I don't know why it's so funny. It just is a bit funny, isn't it?
They will win a game here and there, but I'm not expecting them to go above 15 points at this rate. I'll be honest.
Blimey.
They look catastrophic. So Wolves to go down.
Wolves to go 20th?
Yep.
Okay. What are you going to say for 19th?
19th, I
18th.
think, has to be. I like Scott Parker. You know?
Well, I like him as well.
I like
Don't mean he
Scott
ain't going to get
Parker,
relegated, mate.
But he's going to get relegated. Yeah. Scott Parker. I mean, I think we all like Scott Parker more because of how much he gets compared to the streets and Mike Skinner.
Yeah.
You know, that's I think the reason why everyone likes Scott Parker. But Burnley are going down.
And who else?
Burnley are going down, and I want to say this is going to be a little bit of a hot take.
Okay.
I want to say this is tough. I want to say Brentford.
Brentford. Oh, wow. Okay.
It's going to fall off at some point.
Well, that's interesting because I've got Brentford 17th, I've got Leeds 16th, and I've got Forest in 15th.
Okay,
Now, I
so
don't know what that means for your predictions here, but I think Brentford will struggle. I think they've had a good start to the season, but I think because they've played a couple of the big teams and they've looked okay,
Yeah,
it might actually cloud what will be a long year.
exactly. That's exactly the same way I'm looking at it for Brentford.
So I think you could be right there, actually. I don't think that's a bad shout. And weirdly, when I was doing this, right, and I was looking at the Premier League table, there's pretty much everybody in there this season. I'm either like, well, you've had a bad start, but you won't be that bad. Or there's just a lot of quality. The Premier League is just a great league, isn't it?
Yep, I agree. And I think you have to think over the context of 38 games fully. You know, after 6 games, yeah, things can tell a story, but it's just chapter 1. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's so much more football. And because of the squads and what they can handle, that's going to be based on how far things can go for each team. And I think Brentford, in this example, have been depleted. They've had a good start, but can they hold on? I don't think so for 38 games compared to the other teams around them that I think will do better. Hence why I think Brentford go down. Who have you got in 17th? You got Brentford.
Yeah.
16th and 15th?
Leeds and Forest.
Oh, interesting. So I agree with that sentiment, but I reckon Forest below Leeds.
So where are Forest going to be? 17th?
No, so Brentford to go down 18th. Forest 17th.
Okay.
Leeds 16th.
Yeah.
This is where we could get cheeky and just stick United in. 2 years in a row, lads. 2 years in a row.
Imagine.
That would be ridiculous.
Is it?
I'm not going to say 15th for Man United, no. But I will say, this is where it gets. I think West Ham
West Ham are going to finish 15th.
Yeah, West Ham in 15th.
So the Hammers fans are going to love you a lot more than they're going to love
West
me.
Ham, they won't go down. Surely you won't go down, West Ham. Come on. I mean, like I said, if that happens, that's just imagine West Ham in the Championship. That just doesn't sound right.
I mean,
we will
we've
get West
seen it
Ham.
before.
We will get West Ham Millwall, which is great.
Well, Millwall might come up, mate. You know, Millwall have been teetering on the verge of the playoffs for a while now.
Can we say this? Yeah, Millwall, please. You know, I know that there's history, especially with Chelsea here. Yeah, but can we have you in the Premier League, please? It's been way too long.
Also,
I'd
when
love
was
to
the
go
last
to the
time we
Den.
played them in a cup?
Since '95, that was the last time and they beat us at the Bridge.
And they're trying to tell me that everything is, randomised draws and all that. I don't know. I don't know about that one. Should we move up the table then?
Yes.
Because let's finish the bottom half here. I've got Fulham in 14th, Everton in 13th, Manchester United in 12th, and I've actually got Brighton down in 11th.
Interesting.
So I think, and this means that we've got both of the North East clubs in the top 10, Newcastle and Sunderland. We won't go into the order of that yet. But Man United obviously are the big talking point here because that's another season in the bottom half of the table. And regardless of what is happening right now, when you watch this video, maybe Amarim's lost his job. Maybe he's still there. Maybe he's just having a lovely holiday in October. Probably deserves it at this point. I still don't see them getting out the bottom half.
I don't think he deserves it, but yeah.
Mentally, he deserves it. You know?
Mentally, perhaps he needs it.
Yes.
I wouldn't say he deserves it. He needs one. He needs to switch off. But you're not wrong. This is where, like, okay, I didn't want to say Man United in 15th.
But 14th, that's all right.
Yeah. No, look, I reckon this is where it gets interesting. Who did you have 15th, 14th, 13th?
So from 15th, I've got Forest, 14th, Fulham, 13, Everton, 12, Manchester United, 11, Brighton.
Okay. And I need to tell you 15th.
You do.
Okay, so I'm going to
No,
say...
you need to tell me 14th.
Oh, okay. I'm going to say... I've said Leeds. Have I said Leeds?
Yep.
I'm going to say Fulham.
Yeah.
Fulham into 14th. Man United 13th.
Okay.
I'm going lower than him then
Yeah.
for Man United. Everton 12th. Brighton 11th.
So we're both going for Brighton in 11th, which means we
Yes.
both put Sunderland in the top half of the Premier League table.
Yes, but this is where I think we have to start mentioning these teams. As good of a... Not good. As brilliant of a start as they've had, right? There's 3 teams in that top 6 that you just think, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
You know? It's like being at a VIP party and you just get some randomer off the road. It's like, hang on, are you sure you're at the right place? Did you get the right invite? And they're like, yeah, look. You know?
I'm here.
I'm here and I'm ready. Let me in. And we're like, now I think we got to conduct some checks on this geezer because it just doesn't look right.
But you know what's very interesting? The bottom half, as much as we might not have agreed entirely on the order, we've agreed on the clubs that are there.
Yes.
And Brighton and Everton, not a bad starts to the season, to be fair.
No.
But it does go to show the quality, and I'm going to say the 3 teams now that I think maybe might be out of place here. Bournemouth, Palace and Sunderland.
Exactly.
All deserve by right to be there. And from the start of the season that I've seen, we'll all finish there.
Well, I would say this is the 3 teams, right, that, like I said, you can argue don't belong here. But I think out of the 3, 2 drop off. 1 won't.
Okay. Let's go one by one for now.
We'll go one by one. For Brighton and for Everton, where they are at the moment is basically going to be where they sit. I think they're not going to drop off, but they're not going to try and get themselves into a European spot or anything. That maybe they'll attempt to, but they're just going to end up there. You know, you got those teams in the league that are just always proper mid-table and they don't move anywhere.
Yeah.
That's them. So,
Usually Palace.
Well, usually Palace.
Stick a bet on them finishing
Yeah.
12th. You might have won some money a few times. Or 11th or 13th.
Yeah. But Everton, Brighton, I think are pretty dead on. This is where, like I've said, we have to now account for Aston Villa, Newcastle
Coming up.
coming up, and Sunderland, Bournemouth coming down.
Okay.
So, in terms of, what do I need to give 10?
Give me your 10th and I'll give you mine after.
Okay, so in 10th, I'm going to go with Sunderland.
Okay. I've got Newcastle in 10th and I've got Sunderland in 9th. I think Sunderland will finish ahead of them. I think Newcastle, if they get out the Champions League group,
Are you sure?
might struggle. I mean, I'm obviously no, I'm not sure. No, I'm not 100% convinced.
Just to let you know,
But-
any Geordies watching at the moment. He
As
means
I've
it well.
said many times, I love Newcastle. I do, but I think
Do you love Sunderland?
I love.
They're next
I
door
love
to
what
each
they're
other.
doing.
They're the same people.
But this is why I'm a Chelsea fan. All right, I'm allowed to like them both at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, Sunderland just at the time of recording this, we're recording this after match week 6.
Yeah.
Okay, so Sunderland have just been fantastic, and I think all in all, I think they're only going to get better. I think as a squad, they've got some great players. I think the midfield is top half, and defensively, they've just looked really solid, and that's why I've put them ahead of Newcastle because I think Champions League football might hurt Newcastle later down the line. I'm not sure if they've got the squad depth.
But I don't think they go far in the Champions League. This is the thing.
I think they'll get out of the group.
They might get out the group, and then I think they get knocked out. And then at the back end of the season is where I think Sunderland, as good as they are at the moment, will just drop off a little bit, at least.
Yeah.
Whereas Newcastle, I think, have enough in the squad to maintain a decent level, and that's probably what's going to get them across the line. So this is why I'm going Sunderland to drop at some point. And look, it's right now where Sunderland are to 10th is a matter of 3 points.
Mhm.
All this can change in the next 2-3 games completely.
Correct.
So, and I'm talking about the end of the season where it really, really takes your toll, even if they've made really good signings. But I think the season can take its toll for a newly promoted team. I think they drop off a little bit. So I'm going Sunderland in that position. I will say this is where Aston Villa come in.
So you're putting Villa in 9th?
I'm putting Villa in 9th.
Wow, okay.
So Villa, horrific start, but I think will start to claw their way back up slowly but surely.
Okay.
And then they start getting the results that you expect them to get. And this is why, because there is a damage that's been done, you can't expect them to get a European spot.
I've got Villa in 8th.
Yeah.
Just ahead of Sunderland for me. So who are you going to put in 8th?
In 8th, I'm going to go Bournemouth.
Okay. This is where we start to see the table shape up a little bit.
Yeah.
I've got Bournemouth in 7th. I just think if they can
okay.
keep Iraola, and again, I think this is one of the conversations of the season, really. It's how soon does Amorim lose his job at Man United? And which one of these clubs that are doing really well, that have great managers, the Glasners, the Iraolas, which one do they go and try and steal? Because I think it will be, or has to be, a Premier League guy.
It has to be.
And it's one of those two, or Emery, one of those three.
Yeah.
And I think the table could end up being a result of whatever that decision might be. Which is mad, isn't it? I don't understand how Man United could be pulling the strings.
It's mad how, not 100%. It's mad how we're even having this conversation with these sort of managers
Yeah.
as the options. When, I have to say this as well, abroad, there's not really much option. There's no managers at the moment abroad that stand out. It's like, oh, wow, no, I'd have him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Before, it used to be commonplace to just go to Spain, Germany, even Italy, and you'd pick out managers and go, yeah, world class, we can do with that. Whereas now, either everyone's securely in a job or the standard just isn't up there. So the Premier League is it, definitely. For the 3 managers that you mentioned, they're the ones that are going to be up for grabs this summer, if anything happens with big clubs. I've not mentioned Newcastle, have I?
You haven't. Do you want to put them in 7th?
Well, yes, that's why I'm going to bring them up.
Wow.
Newcastle into 7th, ahead of Villa, right?
Yeah. Below Palace?
Yes.
Have you got Palace in 6th?
Yes.
Me too. I'm in an R in about whether or not I put them 5th. But again, I think this all depends on Glasner and if he stays.
Yeah.
Can they keep Mark Gurhey in? Is that the right call? To lose Gurhey on a free, who's obviously such a key component of that Crystal Palace team, or do you try and get a bit of money now? This is where FFP just kills teams, doesn't it?
It does.
Because you either need the money, want the money, or you keep him and try and get that higher league position. How important? So many questions. If you're a Palace fan right now, you've just got to be hoping that Glasner just doesn't want to leave.
What I will say, if you're a Palace fan right now, enjoy this season.
Yeah,
Just
for real.
take it all in because, and this is why I say I'm against the way that FFP operates, because it's a situation like this.
Yeah.
Like now, Palace will have everything stripped from them and they haven't got the revenue to be able to go out and replace that with similar caliber. They've got to try and redevelop. And for a club like Palace, are they going to be able to do that? I'm not so sure. When you're talking of big clubs, yes, you can argue, yeah. But this is why I say, based on the money that you bring in, is going to be the reason or the catalyst as to how much you can spend and what you can help provide yourself. Palace just don't have that sort of resource, you know?
No.
And you got to feel for them in that case, because they've done something very organic here, and some big club's going to come in and take it.
Sixth would be a phenomenal season.
But it
though.
would be, because it would be European football 2 times in a row for them.
Yeah. And it
And-
also says, for me, FA Cup wins mean something. Because to
100.
take that trophy and build upon that further
Yep.
shows you just how important that can be.
What I will say for Palace as well, and when the whole saga of them and Forest and the Europa League and the Conference League happened, which I felt like Palace were hard done by,
Yeah.
they've got an opportunity to go all the way and win the Conference League.
Do it.
Do it.
Do
Do
it.
it, because Palace can definitely win the Conference League.
If West Ham can, you can.
Easily. If you win the Conference League, that's your ticket to Europa League football, irrespective of the league position. And I do think, like we've mentioned, I reckon Palace in 6th. I think they've got, unlike the other 2 teams we mentioned, Sunderland and Bournemouth, Palace have a squad and a team that's strong, you know, even physically, that can last all the way. They've got enough endurance and strength there to be able to go all the way, I think, and give themselves a very good league position with Oliver Glasner, as long as he doesn't flipping leave halfway through the season.
He might have
Just
already
saying.
left by the time you watch this one in the international break.
Imagine.
Should we go into 5th place?
Yes.
Should we do a countdown and say it at the same time?
Yes, let's.
Okay, watch my fingers, okay?
Okay.
3. Oh, what? Why is my
I'll see you lot
finger not
later.
pressing?
He's just telling me to get
Why-
lost,
Wait,
isn't
okay,
he?
we'll do it this one. You ready? 2, 1.
Tottenham.
Finally. I'm a bit concerned about my little finger on my left hand. Why won't
Yeah,
it go
what's
down
happened there?
without this one going?
Oh,
This
no,
one won't go down with him.
I've got that as well.
Really?
So, yeah, so this one was... Oh, no, actually, it's this one.
Bro, I've
we
never
are.
noticed this before.
I can't, yeah. I don't know.
Bizarre.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, it's not bizarre that Tottenham will miss out. I guess it means once again that Chelsea back in the top 4. But let's focus on Spurs a little bit. They've definitely got better under Thomas Frank.
Yeah.
But I think they're in this limbo period now where I think what Tottenham's season will be defined before Christmas. If they go on a great run now, I wouldn't be entirely surprised. But I don't think they will.
It's the history of the Tottenham.
It is.
We say this every video now. It's the history of the Tottenham.
And I believe it should be here. You know, I know ShootOut is not the Chelsea channel, but you can't take away, you know, the teams you like and you don't like.
No, and with Tottenham, despite their signings and despite what they've done, I actually need to see a season where they actually defy the odds for me to go, oh, well, you know what? They can actually do this and that. Because no matter what they do or bring, I still have Tottenham being Tottenham and missing out on top 4 and
Yeah.
finishing in 5th. And it's just same old.
Yeah.
That's just it's Tottenham.
But like that's why winning the Europa League doesn't really change anything because you
No.
nearly got relegated at the same time.
Yeah, and
So I can't take that seriously.
this is where, in terms of the league, it's much better than what they were doing last season. And
Yeah.
I feel like they've got a squad that's much more equipped that will be able to get them to this sort of position. But in comparison to the competition, the other teams around them, Tottenham will be Tottenham, just like they nearly fumbled to Wolves, just like we saw them in Europe. It's the history of the Tottenham. Sorry, guys.
4th.
They just miss out.
4th. 3, 2, 1. Chelsea. Oi, Eunice! Eunice. Wow. Okay. Wow. That
Yes.
is that's huge. So explain yourself. Talk to me.
Man City.
Yeah.
Man City, as much as right now people might think, and this is where I'm trying to look really far. I'm not trying to look like now and the next 2-3 games.
Very logical.
Man City may look like they're on some sort of rhythm now, or like, you know, they're not throwing games away, they're not losing games, like all of that. They're looking a bit better in terms of the instability that we saw with Man City recently. But is it still enough? I still think we're going to get results this season where they're going to fumble. And again, is that down to Pep? Is that, I mean, they've got a few injuries at the moment, so that does play its part. But I don't want to just look at City and go, okay, they've got a couple of good results. All of a sudden, yeah, they're gonna coast. I think we're still going to find over the course of the entire season, plus with them in Europe, I think we're going to find moments in the league where they just fumble. And that's why where they are right now is kind of expected, weirdly enough. This is where I think they get top 4. Maybe I think that the 4 teams do maybe coast a little bit compared to anyone else, but I do think that as a result of Man City struggling at times during the season, I think they get 4th.
So I'm going to ask for your third.
Third, I have to say Chelsea.
Okay, so we've got a shootout for the title. See what we did there? Would you say that that's a good season? Based off right now, yeah, it's a good season for Chelsea to finish third.
Yeah.
But again, I have to ask the question, when are we actually going to go and challenge for the title if it isn't this year?
But this is the thing, and this is why at the start of the season, I had us top 2, right? And even talking about, let's go and win it.
I wanted to try and win the league this year.
100%.
Didn't think we would win it, but we should have been challenging.
And again, it's still early. But I think with the defensive issues that we're seeing at Chelsea at the moment, you cannot expect to put in a full-on title challenge when you're defending in the way that we're defending.
Correct.
We can try and outscore the opponents that we have to, try and put up a fight, which I think means we get top 4. Not easily, but we get top 4. But to fight for the title over the course of 38 games, without a solid defense, you may be able to fight for maybe 30, 35. You won't get to the end.
No.
And that's where, the issues that we see in defense right now, we know is going to be here up until January at least. And that's where, now I have to be realistic and go, okay, no, you know what? As optimistic, coming off the back of the Club World Cup, heading into the new season, without Levi Cole's injury, even in terms of the recruitment offensively, you think, okay, that's enough firepower now to go and improve and take things to the next level. But we've seen how much our defense can let us down. That's where things will balance out, I think. And that's why I've got them in third. I
mean, that's from right now, that's still a good finish. In my perspective, I think that could be from this point on.
Considering. Yeah.
I'd take that. And look, if Chelsea, if the goal is for Chelsea to get Champions League football again, that should mean Maresca is still in a job.
100%.
And then he goes into a third season. Then what? Phase 3, mate.
But there is, and this is where we don't want to get comfortable.
Yeah.
We can't. If this season is, let's say, okay, it's got to be Champions League minimum, which I get as a minimum, not as an aim or objective, right? Many Chelsea fans will agree here. We got to win something then.
A trophy as well.
A trophy as well.
Yeah.
FA Cup, League Cup, dare I say, even go in the Champions League.
Go for a good run in it. I think Champions League, you've got to... If you get a horrible team, and this is where this league phase thing is... Liverpool cruised the league phase last year, then got PSG because PSG had a little fumble. Do you know what I mean? There's more chance that you could get unlucky now with this format. If Chelsea can get a bit of luck, I don't see why we can't win the Champions League or go far in the Champions League, purely because when players do start coming back from injury, I think we're a cup team, not a league team, which is why I think over 38 games, I can't see us finishing above City.
Yeah.
But... Should we have the shootout, mate?
What do you want to do? Who wins the league or who finishes second? I think we need to do who wins the league.
Who wins the league?
Yeah.
Should we you do a countdown?
Okay.
3,
2, 1.
Arsenal.
Liverpool. What? Get out. Get out. No. It's all crashing.
I'm not the table. What's going on? I'm very sorry. I hope I haven't broken your phone. We've got some lovely soundproof carpet in here.
Even the room couldn't believe you said that. Even the room was like, hang on, what, mate?
I just think they're going to do it. I think they've got a better balanced squad. I think Liverpool are going to struggle at times. And I just think that things are clicking quicker for Arsenal than it is for Liverpool. All in all. And I just see Arsenal being able to sustain more points over the course of 38 games. I hate that I've said it. I do feel very sad.
I can't believe you said this. I can't live in a world where Arsenal won the league. I can't. We're not going back. Not going back to London.
If they do,
forget that.
No, don't worry about that. No one wants to go there anyway, mate. Jeez.
No, listen. I think two things will happen here. This is why I've gone with Liverpool. And I'll say this. I don't think we're going to get a high points tally.
Think it's going to be close between everyone.
I think it'll be I think it'll be close between Liverpool and Arsenal.
Okay.
I think it'll be more of the same old, but I don't think we're going to get a team that hits 90 points or
So how many points is going to win it?
mid 80s, maybe even low 80s. I think there's going to be games that are lost that shouldn't have been lost. I think Liverpool are not going to be, weirdly enough, this is crazy after spending 500 million, but I don't think they're going to be as efficient as they were last season. But I still think they get across the line. And I think for Arsenal, I will say this, Arteta holds them back.
Really?
I think Arsenal have the best balanced squad. I think they have what it takes to win the title. I think when it comes push to shove at the very end of the season, where it matters most, just like we've seen over the last 3 seasons or so, where Arsenal have come close and then they let it go, same old Arsenal.
I think both of those teams could also be in the latter stages of the Champions League.
Yeah, 100%.
And it could be one of them will do well in one and the other will do well in the other, or someone could just go and snatch it. Look, Liverpool should be winning it after spending £500 million.
That's what I think at the end might get them across the line. Even like when they get, I don't say lucky, but they know how to claw out a result when they're not playing well. They've got big personalities, individual talent that in the moment can win you a game.
Yeah.
Right? Salah cuts in, boom, top corner, 92nd minute, he's won you the match. He can do that. Isak, top striker, he can score you a winning goal in a crucial game. He can do that. Some would argue the case for Arsenal, but no, I think Arsenal are not really about that sort of life. I think Arsenal are more collective. But when it comes to everything collective, that's more on the manager as well and how he's going to get this team to play as a collective.
Yeah.
And I think overall, the course of 38 games, I think Arteta just doesn't allow the shackles off enough for Arsenal to go and win certain football matches that mathematically would help them get across the line. So that's why I'm saying they're just going to miss out again.
I mean, I completely agree with your vindication and validation of one's thoughts. I think this has been a fantastic thought exercise.
It has been.
I hope you guys are enjoying the break. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, subscribe, smash the like button, do all of that stuff that you're used to hearing from every channel you've ever watched, ever. Any last words from you, Eunice?
Let us know in the comments. What do you think? Now it's a bit of revisionism, isn't it? After 6 games, we're now looking at the table and going, okay, our initial predictions seem like they were off. Were yours off? Let us know down below. And who have you got winning the league now after what you've seen for the first 6 games? And who have you got in your Premier League predictions as well? Let us know down below.
Up the Chelsea.